One of the things that we teach in our Game Changer negotiation training is the top 10 best practices for negotiating. And so I'm going to walk you through, give you a little sneak peek into our program. Number one, we want to negotiate in person. When we negotiate in person with people, we get a lot back from them. We can see their body language, tone, timing. That's always ideal. I always say, if you don't really care about getting a deal done, send them an email. But if we want to, doing it in person helps a ton. Timing matters, right? When we make the ask, when we start and finish these conversations and have them, really matters. So pay attention to what's going on in the world of the people that we're trying to do deals with. That's important. Number three, the ask is just the start, right? Sometimes when we throw that number out, that's the beginning of a conversation and a beginning of the negotiation. It certainly is far from the end. So remember that the ask is just the beginning. Number four, body language matters. Our body language and theirs, we want to be in tune to and be aware of. And we teach a lot of things that we want to pick up around this when we're having these conversations. Asking with a confident tone, number five, is imperative. In other words, there's a big difference when I was an agent between saying, hey, I think my guy's worth 10 million a year, or hey, 10 million, a year. I'm thinking there's a really big difference between the way that we ask that question. We want to pay close attention to that. Number six, when we find ourselves inside of these conversations, sometimes we get defensive, and that's normal. But that's when we want to shift our mindset to curiosity. That's when we want to get curious, because when we get curious, we connect. And when we connect, we get deals done. Number seven, sometimes we think we're negotiating with difficult people, but maybe they're just different. Maybe that's all it is. They're different. We teach this in module one of our workshops, where we help people understand how they show up, how the people that they negotiate with show up, so that we can adapt our approach so we can connect. Number eight, and this is a tough one, but it's important to pause. Once we make that ask, we need to ensure that we pause after we make it. Let them hold that medicine ball. Let them think about what we've just asked for. And it sends a message of confidence when we have the courage to pause. Number nine, right? Sometimes when we've maybe hit a stale kind of spot in the negotiation, we have to have the courage to sort of get some little wins along the way, some little yeses. That helps us track toward getting the big yes. And number 10, we have to know when to walk away, right? Sometimes we want to make sure we don't agree to a bad deal. We'd rather walk away than agree to a bad deal. So we've got to know when to walk. So those are our top 10 tips for negotiation. And I hope, most of all, I hope you dig it and I hope it helps you.